2 of Africa's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. As usual, remember to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they are still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. Anthony Duffield.
And I'm Mero Kamuya.
So we're done with Kenyan rugby history. Tune in for a new segment next week, or rather a new little topic next week. But also send us your suggestions. Remember, you can find us on social media, that is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. So today, we start off with the inaugural universities, this is a mouthful, 15's Rugby League. Yes. So it's 8 teams. 2 pools. And it's going to be a round-robin sort of thing. So the teams that are involved are Kenyatta University, Nairobi University, Catholic University, USIU, I am not saying the full name of that, JKUA, yes, Technical University of Kenya, Egerton University, and Technical University of Mombasa. So this is exciting.
It is exciting, and I think it's a brainchild of Agri Chabeda, who used to be the tournament director for Bamburi. He's actually sits in the judicial panel. He's been involved in the administration of rugby for a long time now. So his company is responsible for coming up with this idea, and I think it's a very good idea because you always get there's the university game. I think there's a lack or there's a disconnect in the university game in Kenya, and there's a lot of talent because remember there are very many guys who come out of high school, but when they go to uni. You don't end up in a uni that takes on rugby, so you are unable to continue with your career, and you can't go to the Ngongo clubs. You can't, it's very difficult. So I think this league, will help raise the standard of the university game, and I think it will go a long way to reviving or bolstering the university game, and then in turn this acts as a good feeder for the clubs. Yeah,
I mean you have sometimes you have this thing where. Like you'll have the top tier, and that's generally your best players. And then the second tier, you'll have the people who didn't make it to the top tier. But then that still won't necessarily be your kids from high school. I mean, you've got a few clubs who have, their team threes, who are primarily, people who just come from, or academies, primarily people who just come from high school. But this is good in the sense that, a lot of people go into university and they find that they can't make it to, either their university doesn't have a very good team, so they decide, okay, let me go club, but then they can't make it to the club team because they're not quite there yet. I think this is a very good stepping stone for people who want to play club rugby.
And if you're able to bolster the level of competition in the university game, then you don't have, as you're saying, these clubs being flooded, because I think that has been a very big problem. Very many guys have had to leave main machine and go to other bigger clubs. So if you have a good league, then I want to stay there for 2-3 years, be at the top of the game, then maybe now we can go compete at at club level. So it's a good idea.
I also feel like from a conditioning standpoint, when you're coming from high school, you're definitely not where Duncan Ikasi, who was at Impala, is at. So you're imagining meeting him on the field. And I mean, if things happen, an unfortunate incident happens, you get injured, and that's your career done at 18, 19, 20 maybe. And he's what, maybe 30, let's say he's 30. So I mean, you're playing with people who are at the same level as you, probably have the same skill set. Of course there'll be some who are better, some who are worse. But it just gives your career a lot of room for growth, and that I'll live to fight another day.
That's true. I mean, it can only be good for the university game and for the game of rugby in general.
So that's a very good initiative, I think, by Agri Chabeda and his company. So the next topic is our beloved Kenya Rugby Union. So they recently established a paybill number to help. Now you see.
Okay, finish.
To help raise money for the Kenya Simbas who are going for the repechage. So their repechage campaign. By the way, for anyone who wants to, contribute, before we get into this, paybill number is 1-555. That's 55550, and the account name is Simbas. I think this is coming too late in the game. So if we don't raise money, then they don't go, or what happens?
I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, it's a complete joke. I was looking at that thread when the Kenya Rugby Union, their official handle, tweeted that, and everyone was just screaming accountability. Yeah. Everyone was just saying, I mean, if you guys can't even manage the money that you've been given by sponsors, if you can't even manage the money that you've been given by the government, then how do you expect us to start raising money for the Simbas? You know, so it's just from an accountability standpoint. I think it's a very good idea, but. Unfortunately, the guys in office are just not trusted by anyone. Yeah. And that's why we cannot give you money. I mean, corporate sponsors can't trust them. It's funny again, over the weekend I was at Harlequins of Christie Sevens, and we were just having a chat with EABL, had some guys there, and I was having a chat with some, EABL guys, and they were saying even EABL, it's becoming more of a kind, than cash. You know, I'd rather sponsor you guys in kind, because money goes in there and you don't know where it goes. You just don't know where it goes. It's like a
vortex. Goes in, never comes back out. And you don't know where it went.
And you don't know where it went. So the biggest problem, and I guess the union have to fix their image, is people have a big problem with their accountability. If we give you this money, where does it go? More importantly for me, Damima, is after digging, you find, and it's let me put it this way, yes, there's some digging I've done, but it's also common sense. And this happens. Like, for example, how do we qualify for the Rugby World Cup? Then, by the Gold Cup, if we won the Gold Cup, then World Rugby sinks money because you don't want cricket scores. So you want to raise the standard of the game in this country. Yeah. So even in this repechage, World Rugby is allocating money to the 4 teams, to Canada, Germany, Hong Kong, and Kenya. So there is already money. Right? I don't think, if you ask me, I don't think Murray Ralston would have come back if there was no money.
Of course not.
So there is money. So then, if there's money,
what is it doing? And what is this for? Yes.
And what is this
in
for?
as much as we want to support our boys, like we really do.
Yes.
We've been behind these boys, #Road to Japan, since the start.
Yes.
But when you start asking for things like this from the union, and we've seen, like you've said, accountability issues, then...
Accountability is the biggest problem. It's not that guys don't want to support the Kenya Simbas. People do want to support the Kenya Simbas. But accountability is just the issue. And I'm sure they're not going to be able to raise money if
not that way.
Not that way, I can assure you. So they should look for something else.
Yep. All in all, whatever it is, I hope it works out, and I hope the boys have what they need to perform their level best in the repechage and pre-repechage games.
Yeah, that's true.
So now we go into international rugby, where the Rugby Championship is back. So, wow. Both games were, I think, stunners.
Yes.
I can't even say let's skip one and talk about the other one first. So we'll start with the first game. That was New Zealand hosting South Africa.
Yeah.
And shocker, 36-34. Very close scores. But SA come out on top. This is the first loss to SA, New Zealand's first loss to SA in New Zealand since 2009.
Yep. That game, 2009, Carisbrooke. It was played in Carisbrooke. And it was a Jean de Villiers intercept try. I remember that won the game. But anyway, first loss on New Zealand soil to South Africa since 2009, 34-36, a belt of a test match. First, I'll go to say that I'm happy South Africa won. Despite being a New Zealand fan, I'm happy South Africa won because it had gotten to a point, and for me, who's been a very loyal All Blacks fan, it was getting to a point where an All Blacks game was becoming boring.
Yeah, because you know how it's going to go.
Yeah, you know how it's going to end. So this was very good test match rugby, entertaining test match rugby. Sorry, credit to South Africa, they did grind out the win. Their work rate was exceptional. They did capitalize on a lot of New Zealand mistakes because there were a lot of New Zealand mistakes. And it just goes back to an argument I've been having with guys because, Boden Barrett, he's been the stand-up player for the last 2 years. He took over from somebody who had been a stand-out, fly half, Dan Carter, for 12, 13 years. And I remember telling guys that Barrett's only problem is his kicking. And that came out in this game. He missed 2 sitters, conversions. That's 4 points. They could have won this game.
Actually, yes, they could have. Yeah, by the same 2 points they lost.
By the same 2 points they lost. So that has always been my problem, and it came up. And I've always said, like, when it comes to crunch time, then does Boden Barrett, he's very good in easy games, but when it comes to crunch time, what's going to happen? He's not a drop goal option because these guys had camped in the 5, in South Africa 5. He doesn't give you the drop goal option. Who gives you a drop goal option in that New Zealand team? So a lot of things have been pointed out by that loss. But again, as much as New Zealand did commit a lot of mistakes, South Africa did play their hearts out on the game, on the day.
Yep. Yeah. Very well done to them. I feel proud as an African.
South Africa, really?
Well.
Really?
It's South Anyway, so the next game, Australia host Argentina, and again, Argentina come out on top, 23-19. So first half was kind of ping pong, you know, here, there, you know, you score, we score. It was more of, it's not that it's just your attack is good, my attack is good, but our defense is just not working. So this is one of the games that show where, or how rather, the Wallabies' mistakes just cost them.
Yeah, Wallabies are very disappointing, man. As in, this team is very disappointing, to be honest. Because I think about the breed and the quality of players who got into the Wallabies setup in 2010, 2011, just when the 2011 World Cup was happening. And I remember saying, this is the team to watch for the next 5 to 10 years. 5 years later, or 4 years after that, they got to the finals of the Rugby World Cup. Well, kudos. You think they're going to build on it because it was pretty much a young team. And then I don't know what has happened since 2015. They've just become bogus. They're being beaten by everyone. And it's just, this is not Wallabies. This is not what we're used to seeing with Australia. But on the other hand, you have to be very, you have to congratulate and you have to, you know, give credit where it's due to Argentina. Because when they joined the Rugby Championship, or when it was branded to the Rugby Championship in 2012, and Argentina came into it, it was the Tri-Nations prior to that. And I remember, I don't know where we were. It was the first game that New Zealand played Argentina. And these games normally come at like 1, 2 a.m. Shibin, yes, I was Shibin. And we were watching this game, and I told some guys, I was like, in the next 10 years, Argentina are going to be the guys who benefit most from this tournament. You are seeing what they are doing. And, I mean, kudos to Argentina. You can't take it away from them.
So that's all we have time for today. But guys, I personally want to hear what people have to say about this whole KRU, let's raise money, Kenya Simbas, woohoo, record charge. Yes, you can find us on social media. That is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Demi Duffield.
And I'm Nara Kamuya.
See you in part 2.